Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am finally back for a long-awaited video that you guys should have had a long time ago, but I have been so busy, you all, and I apologize, but I'm here now, better late than never, right? So let's get right into it. I'm going to try to make this video as short as possible because I know I have the tendency to go on and on, y'all. So let's jump right into it here. So I got a lot of questions from you guys, and I want to start responding to the questions here quickly. So my first question that I got from this one young lady, her name is Molly. And Molly asked me pretty much how was the test in so many words, how long did it take for me to get a spot for the ART exam or the Armory, and are those exams difficult? So Molly, Maddie, to answer your question, I have not taken the ART or the Armory yet, but I do plan on sending in my application this upcoming Thursday, which will be the 12th, November the 12th. And at that point, once I send that in and get the responses, you know, and the dates and everything going, I will let you guys know. I will update it and do another video for you guys. So as of right now, I don't have an answer to those questions, but I will keep you posted. Okay. The next question is from, or comment is from, Caroline. She said that she's considering the MRI program, but she doesn't have fluent English. Her English is considered intermediate or advanced. What do I think? Did I have any classmates that weren't fluent and they completed the program? Yes, I did. I did have one classmate who she was not from the USA. She was from, I can't remember where she was from. But she definitely had, I would say, intermediate advanced English, and there were times where she didn't understand certain words, and she had her dictionary with her literally every class period, and it was nothing wrong with that. You know, and that dictionary gave her clarity, you know, for what she needed help in, you know, or if she didn't understand it furthermore, she would ask the instructor, you know, and the instructor took time out during class to explain, so, you know, that we all can understand it better as well. So yes, I did, and she graduated. This young lady, she took her boards already. She passed. She's actually working now as an MRI tech in a hospital. She's actually currently working right now. And so yes, I would say go for it. You know, don't hold back. Don't be afraid. You know, go for it. You know, I definitely would support you 100%. Go for it. So I got another question here. Someone said, what are the names of the books that you're studying from for both tests? So I'm going to go through the books very quickly. And if you guys need more information, you could put a comment down below and I'll send you the names of the books. Okay, so the first book that I use is MRI in Practice. They have a new updated version, but this is the one that I use in my class here. This is MRI in Practice, the 4th edition. And this book here helps you to understand the basic principles of MRI, the whole physics, quantum physics theory, all the different principles, the different laws, and stuff like that. This book is wonderful. This is like the book you need to carry with you while you're in MRI school. It will help you further understand everything. The second book that I use, which is an updated edition of the MRI in Practice, is the MRI in Practice. And this one here is the 5th edition. This is the updated version, the most newest version. And this book here, whatever is not fully explained in the previous MRI in Practice 4th edition, the 5th edition will go a lot more into details and will help you understand. So I like both of those books. The next book that I use is the Handbook of Mri Techniques. And this book here explains to you how to do the scans, which coil you would use, which sequence you would use. It helps you to learn how to position the patient, what to provide the patient, whether it be earplugs or whether it be, you know, the type of information that you need to provide to the patient. That book there, the MRI Techniques, is a very helpful book when it comes to positioning and procedures for each scan. The next book that I use, this is the 3rd edition, and this is a pathology book here, CT and MRI Pathology, 3rd edition. The one that I have for the hard copy is the 2nd edition. I have all my books in hard copy and the digital copies. just in case if my iPad battery run out. You know, I got the hard copies too. And that book there for CT and MRI pathology, it breaks all of the different pathologies down so that you can become familiar with them when you see them on a scan. And if you have to document what you see, at some facilities, the MRI tech does document what they see, and they send that to the radiologist, and the radiologist kind of compare, you know, and contrast and all that stuff with the information that is presented. And it just helps you to understand like the region of the pathology, what type of pathology, the etiology of it, like where is it from, how, you know, how does it happen. And then it also lets you see it in CT and MRI, so you'll see the actual pathology if you were scanning from a CT machine or if you were scanning from an MRI machine. The next book that I use here is for my anatomy, and this is called Sectional Anatomy for Imaging Professionals. And this here is a very good book. It goes in detail of each system. It breaks it down. So like the brain, it breaks it down. So like each part of the brain and what it does, and the placement of it, what it's attached to, where is it housed in. It breaks down the neck. It breaks down the thorax, the abdomen, the spine, you know, the pelvic, the lower and upper extremities. It breaks everything down in so much detail. Like, this book is wonderful. The next thing that I use is, now this here I paid about $50 for off of the Armory website, and it's basically a study guide, quick reference that Armory has provided us with a small fee, I think between $30 and $50, and it has all of the facts and everything of MRI. So this has everything that you pretty much need to know on paper. So this here is very helpful. It has all the calculations, the formulas, just everything, you know, and this is what Armory has provided, and it kind of helps you to see, okay, this is probably, you know, what I should read, you know, so that I can, you know, be more prepared for the Armory test. And then also I use this here from ART. This one here is free. And this here also is a kind of like a study guide for ART. And so this one here is free. It's on their ART website, and it breaks everything down. Uh-oh, it's upside down. I think it is. Oh, no, it's not. I'm looking at it from the camera view, so it looks upside down. But this here breaks down everything that the ART is going to go over. So it breaks it down in sections. It tells you how many questions is going to be geared towards patient care, how many questions is going to be geared towards safety, procedures, image acquisition or image production, and it just breaks everything down into how many questions. And then when you go into the actual bullet points here, it just breaks everything down even further. So it kind of tells you, you know, like everything that it will be going over. So I use that. The last thing that I use is pretty much for like legal and ethical questions that they may have on the test. This book here is called Ethical and Legal Issues. And this book here goes into details about medical terms that are on the more the legal side, as far as for imaging professionals. So that book is great because there will be some ethical questions on the test as well. And that's pretty much all that I use. I have slides and stuff that my professors provided for me while I was in school, you know, in the actual program and stuff like that. So, of course, I refer back to the slides if I need to refer back to them, you know, if I need a deeper understanding or whatnot. And so that's pretty much what I use. All right, so let's see here. So your school offers both Armory and ART. I'm going to a school starting in November for MRI in California. I was looking at my school is only ART, and I was looking for hospitals out here, and it seems like they require ART. But my question is, what are the difference between the two? So the difference between Armory and ART is pretty much the companies. Some companies only accept ART. ART has been, I would say here in Illinois, ART is more so accepted, but then there are some areas like surrounding Illinois, suburban areas that accept Armory. So, you know, Armory, as I've heard, is a little bit more easier to take, and ART is a little bit more harder to pass. But I've heard mixed things. Some people say Armory is hard, ART is hard. So it's just all about the companies and what they accept and what they feel like is more, I guess, eligible or more of a accepted source of licensing. A lot of hospitals here in Illinois, or in Chicago rather, will prefer a tech who's or a technologist who's ART licensed. A lot of outpatient facilities prefer technologists who's Armory licensed. It depends on the facility. It depends on the location of the facility. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about that. So let's see here. Someone said to become an MRI tech, you need a radiologic tech and associate's degree, right? No. In order for you to become an MRI technologist, you have to go to a school that offers that. So prior to me going to MRI technology school, I was a CNA. That was all that I had, which is a certified nursing assistant here in Illinois. That is all I had under my belt, and so when I got into the school, I had to do the prerequisites, which was incorporated in the program first semester. And then I pretty much, after that, started my core MRI courses. But it was all in the program. So it depends on what school you go to. The school that I went to offered MRI technology as a degree. And so there are schools that offer that as a degree. Some schools require for you to become a radiology tech first. Some schools are like, hey, you don't have to become a radiology tech first. You could just go right into MRI technologist. So, yeah, it depends on the school and your location and all of that. Do you recommend getting your associates? I would say this. There are MRI technologists that don't have their associate's degree and they just have the licensing. Either way it go, as long as you're licensed, you're fine. There are schools that just offer just the licenses. They don't offer the associate's degree. My school, for example, has 2 schools that offers MRI, but one only provides the student with the licensing, and the other school, for which the one I went to, provides the student with the licensing, and you get your actual MRI degree. So your associate's degree. So either way it goes, you're still gonna land a job, whether you got the degree or not. As long as you have that license, that's what's important. All right. I'm just starting MRI course soon. Okay, congratulations to you. What we become. This is their comment. They said they're just starting the MRI course soon. That is awesome. Congratulations to you. And you're welcome to all of the people who appreciate my videos and feel that they are very helpful. I'm gonna go into here. Let's see. So I'm going to talk about what's been going on with me. I have not taken the ART test or Armory test yet. I will be sending in my application next week, Thursday. And I'm getting more and more confident each day as I've been studying with the MRI technologist exam. I'm getting more confident and feeling like I'm ready. I still have a lot more to go, but every day, as you can see, I have my little notebook here, and I've been following that ART it's kind of like study guide and the Armory study guide, and I've literally been jotting notes down, important things. I've also created my CRAM account, and on my CRAM I have questions that I feel like are so super important that I don't feel as though I'm knowledgeable in as much. So, like, for example, here's a CRAM card that I created. What is I can't see it from the opposite side, so I'm going to turn around. Okay, what is magnetohydrodynamics? And so on the opposite of the card, I have the actual definition of what it is. So, I want to become fluent in knowing these different words. I don't want to have to think about it. I want to become fluent in it. So when I just see it, like, for example, if I see field FID, I know that's field of induction, but I want to be fluent about, well, what is the definition of fluid of induction, or field of induction. If I see TVM F, you know what I'm saying? Time varying magnetic fields. I want to be fluent in that definition of what is time magnetic varying fields. You know, if I see, you know, whatever, I just want to be fluent in that. So that's what I use the cram cards for. The other resource that I use is MRI quiz. MRI quiz here. And I've literally taken about 9 tests from MRI quiz. And so far, I've been getting 80% and above. So the passing score for the licensing exam, I believe, is 70. And so I've been getting 80 and above on these tests. So I still, like I said, I still got more to go. But I'm feeling more and more confident every day. So that's the reason why I'm going to go ahead and send in my application and my money order for the test. For you guys who may ask, after you're done with graduation and everything and you're ready to apply for the test, the Armory test is $300. Plus you have to pay a $65 fee, but I think that comes after you get your date or whatever. I'm not really sure. I'll let you guys know. The ART test is $200. And one thing I like about the Armory test is if you don't pass on the first time, instead of having to take the whole test over again, you just take the portion that you didn't pass. So whether it was in safety or whether it was in image production or whether it was in anatomy or whether it was in you know, a certain section or whatever, you'll just take that. You'll pay another $65 and you'll take that that section again. And if that's all that you need to take and you pass that, you're good to go. With ART, if you don't pass that, you have to pay another $200 to take the test again, and you have 3 times. If you fail all 3 times, then you have to take the whole program over again. So yeah, that's for you guys who may have, you know, those questions as to about that. So if you guys have any more questions for me or comments, please feel free to leave them at the bottom. I really appreciate them. And last but not least, I have gotten some calls for jobs. I actually literally just got a call 2 days ago from a job who they were hiring for MRI travel technologists. And unfortunately, I could not take it or, you know, finish the over the phone call or talk with them because I'm not licensed. So they told me to call them back, you know, when I become licensed, and we can go from there and everything. But until I become licensed, I can't, you know, work for a lot of places. So I will definitely, like I said, keep you guys updated about anything that happens after I send in that paper and that money order, y'all. I'm excited, and I am feeling, like I said, more and more confident each day, literally. Just from the studying that I've been doing. I've been doing about 1 hour to 2 hours per every other day of studying, and that has really been helping. Seriously, it really has. So, all right, you guys, I've talked long enough. If you guys have any further questions, like I said, leave them down below. And until next time, see you guys later.